wherever you go. No matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. A very gorgeous good morning to our viewers. Today is 24th May and we are back with another edition of Satyavani. So let's start our bulletin with COVID update. Now over to you, Mansi.
Thank you, Ritika. Today's COVID updates are as follow. New cases of coronavirus infection in India were recorded over 2.40 lakh, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 2 crore 65 lakh 30,132, according to Union Health Ministry. The COVID-19 active case load is 28 lakh 5,399, which now comprise 10.57% of the total infection. The recovery rate is 88.30%, the data stated. A total of 2,40,842 new infections were registered in a day, while the death count increased to 2,99,266 with 3,741 daily new fatalities. The data updated at 8 a.m. showed. Meanwhile, nearly 9,000 people have been infected with mucormycosis over black fungus across the country. Some states have extended the ongoing lockdown to curb the spread of coronavirus infection. Among the states that have announced lockdown extensions are Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Sikkim, Mizoram, Leh District of Union Territory of Ladakh and National Capital New Delhi. Due to high infection and positivity rate, Tamil Nadu on Saturday extended the restrictions by one more week till May 31st. The Uttar Pradesh government has also extended partial curfew till May 31. In Leh, curfew has been extended till June 7th. In Northeast, Sikkim and Mizoram have extended lockdown due to rise in cases. Both the state have extended ongoing restrictions by another week till May 31st. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan on Saturday said that the case positivity rate in the state have come under 5% and he'll ease COVID restrictions from June 1. Delhi has also extended lockdown till May 31st and Rajasthan has also announced 3-tier lockdown from May 24 to June 8. Now moving on to Akansha for more COVID updates.
Thank you, Mansi. DRDO developed antibody detection kits for COVID-19. Defense Research and Development Organization has developed a new antibody detection-based kit that can give the results in 75 minutes and will cost rupees 75. Days after the launch of its 2-deoxy-D-glucose 2-DG drug for associating therapy for COVID-19, according to a statement issued Friday. The DRDO's Defense Institute of Physiology and Allied Science (DIPAS) laboratory has developed the DIPCOVIN kit, which can detect spike as well as nucleocapsid SNN protein of SARS-CoV-19 virus with a high sensitivity of 97% and specificity of 99%. The Defense Ministry said in a statement. It is intended to solidify detection of IgG antibodies in human serum or plasma targeting SARS-CoV-19 related antigens and offers a significantly faster turnaround time as it requires just 75 minutes to conduct the test without any cross reactivity with other diseases, the ministry stated. The DIPCOVIN kit has an 18-month lifespan and it added. It will commercially launched by DRDO's industry partner Delhi-based Vanguard Diagnostics in the first week of June, and readily available stock at the time of launch will be 100 kits, which is approximately 10,000 tests, and with a production capacity of 500 kits per month after the launch, according to a statement. Now over to Surbi for some national news.
Thank you, Kamsha. Losing 3 colleagues to COVID in 5 days, Air India pilots ask airline to show it cares. New Delhi, numbed by the demise of 3 colleagues due to COVID within a span of 5 days, Air India pilots have asked their management to have HR policies that shows our loved ones will be looked after by our company should the worst happen to one of us. During the pandemic, a significant number of frontline workers, including pilots across airlines, have lost their lives to COVID. Divestment bound Air India, which has been at the front of the Vande Bharat mission since last summer, has been many casualties. Citing examples of Indigo, which covers a deceased pilot to the sum of rupees 5 crore and several central and state government schemes compensating families of frontline workers who have lost their lives in the pandemic. IPG, a union of erstwhile Air India pilots, wrote to the management on Saturday saying, nationwide public sector undertaking PSU have policies in place for such tragedies. Ex gratia payment and compensate employment being the most common. Thank you. Now over to Trisha for more updates.
Thank you so much, Surbi. Moving on to further updates. FIR against BJP leaders Raman Singh, Sambit Patra in toolkit issue. An FIR has been registered against BJP's National Vice President Raman Singh and party spokesperson Sambit Patra in Chhattisgarh for allegedly forging the letterhead of Congress Research Department and printing false and fabricated content. They both have been summoned for further investigation, Raipur Civil Lines Police SHO R.K. Mishra said on Sunday. Today, we have asked Sambit Patra to be present here in person or via video conference. The complaint was registered by Chhattisgarh Pradesh Congress NSUI President. The Congress has also filed a complaint with Delhi Police seeking registration of an FIR against BJP President JP Nadda, Union Minister Smriti Irani, Sambit Patra, and BJP's National General Secretary B.L. Santosh. The Congress had retorted, accusing the BJP of propagating a fake toolkit to defaming it, a case for spreading fake news and promoting enmity between classes, was filed at Civil Lines Police Station based on complaint of Akash Sharma, State Chief of the National Student Union of India. Twitter had also tagged some of the posts on this alleged Congress toolkit against Modi government as manipulated media. Among those whose post was tagged in BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology then wrote to microblogging site objecting to the tag. In a letter, the ministry said to move Twitter appears prejudged and prejudiced. Moving on to Kancha for further updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Now, ensure timely evacuation, limit power cuts. PM Modi at Cyclone Yas meet. Reach out people, sensitize them, make sure they evacuate in time and minimize the power outages. Prime Minister Narendra Modi told various agencies and officials on Thursday after reviewing need to assess preparedness over developing Cyclone Yas, which is set to cross Odisha and West Bengal coast on May 26. Senior government official representatives from National Disaster Management Authority (NDMA), secretaries from Telecom, Power, Civil Aviation, Earth Sciences ministries were present at the meeting to review preparation against the approaching cyclone Yas. The NDRF has positioned 46 teams, out of which 13 teams are airlifted today. The Indian Coast Guard and Navy has deployed ships and helicopters for relief and search and rescue operations. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba on Saturday chaired a meeting of National Crisis Management Committee (NCMC) to review preparedness ahead of the cyclone Yas. The Indian Meteorological Department said yesterday is likely to be a very severe cyclonic storm and cross the Odisha and West Bengal coast on May 26. As a measure of precaution, the Northern Railways has temporarily cancelled over a dozen of trains from national capitals to and from Bhubaneswar and Puri in Odisha. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik have also reviewed the preparedness for cyclonic storm. Over to Subhankar for some city news.
Thank you, Kansha. Now moving on to city news. Due to regular waterlogging, Delhi's Minto Bridge to get an independent drainage system. Delhi PWD has decided to appoint a consultancy firm to develop an independent drainage system for Minto Bridge to prevent regular waterlogging in the area. The firm will also be asked to come up with few solutions to renovate the drainage system of the area. The consultancy work will take 3 months, an official said. As Delhi's Minto Bridge experiences regular waterlogging amid rainfall in the city, the Public Works Department (PWD) has decided to appoint a consultancy firm to develop an independent drainage system for the area. The firm will also be tasked to put forward a few solutions to renovate the drainage system of the area in a feasible way. Thank you. Now moving on to Snap for more updates.
Thank you, Shubhankar. FIR lodged against former AMU student over tweets. A non-cognizable FIR was registered against former Aligarh Muslim University student Shahid Usmani for allegedly posting objectionable tweet, and the police said on Saturday. Police source said the Lakshminagar police station received a complaint by BJP media head Naveen Kumar. The complaint stated that Mr. Usmani's tweet regarding Lord Ram and the recent death of a news anchor were defamatory, mischievous, and intended to hurt religious sentiments. Sources said that a non-cognizable report under Section 505, Statement Conducting to Public Mischief of the Indian Penal Code, was registered on May 20, and further investigation will be conducting according to law. An FIR was also lodged against Mr. Usmani in Maharashtra's Jalna district following his recent tweet. He was charged under Section 295A, Malicious Act outraging religious feeling of the Indian Penal Code, and the Information Technology Act on the complaint of the Hindu Jagran Manch member. Earlier this year, the Pune police had registered a case against Mr. Usmani under IPC Section 153A, promoting enmity between different groups on the ground religion, etc., over his speech made during the Elgar Parisad conclave held there on January 30. Now moving on to Paki for more updates.
Thank you, Sneha. Cyclonias. Odisha's Mayurbhanj, Bhadrak and Balasore likely to be worst hit, says IMD on Sunday. We are expecting that the well-marked low-pressure area over the east-central Bay of Bengal will concentrate into a depression during next 12 hours, and by tomorrow it is going to be a cyclonic storm, and it will continue in the north and northwest direction, and on May 26th it will reach Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh coast, Umar Shankar Das told ANI. The North Odisha districts, particularly Mayurbhanj, Bhadrak and Balasore, are expected to be the most affected areas, Das said. The Deputy Director of IMD Bhubaneswar informed that Bhadrak, Balasore, Jaipur, Kendrapara, Jagatsinghpur, Cuttack, Gordha, Mayurbhanj and Puri are expected to receive heavy rainfall on 25th and 26th May. The head of Regional Meteorological Center (IMC) in Kolkata, Dr. Sanjeev Bandyopadhyay, had earlier advised the fishermen of West Bengal not to venture into the sea from 23rd May evening, and advised those who are in the deep sea to return to the coast by 23rd morning in view of cyclonias. Thank you. For more city updates, let's move on to the edit.
Thank you, Paki. Amid COVID curbs, Haryana and Punjab farmers to mark Black Day in Delhi. The farmers had reiterated their stance on talks, urging the centre to initiate negotiations. Amid a statewide COVID lockdown, thousands of farmers yesterday set off Karnal, Haryana for Delhi, from where they plan to observe May 26 as Black Day, marking 6 months of their protest against three central farm laws. Reports have also emerged of many from Sangrur, Punjab, leaving for the national capital. Led by Bharatiya Kisan Union leader Gurnaam Singh Channuni, the farmers set off from the Valsad toll plaza, heading in hundreds of vehicles for the Singhu border point near Delhi. They will perform Langar Seva for a week, there reaching their destination. The farmer leaders said visuals from Karnal showed many of farmers either wearing no masks or wearing them improperly and raising slogans. The farmers have set off from Karnal so that the agitation in various districts of Delhi is well represented, Mr. Chanduni said. Haryana is under a lockdown due to the recent surge in COVID-19 cases. The state government has blamed the farmer protesting along Haryana's border for the surge in rural areas. The centre has also highlighted the spread of infection in rural Punjab. They have camped along various points like Gundli, Singhu along Delhi border, refusing to back off despite the ongoing COVID crisis of the country. Hitting back at allegations that the protest may prove disastrous amid the pandemic, Mr. Chanduni yesterday said it was the government that was spreading the infection. The government is blaming the farmers only to hide its own ineptitude. It has no ambulances, beds, or hospitals. We have our own compulsions. But why is the government organizing programs where crowds gather, he said. The BKU leader also reiterated the farmers' stance that they were ready for talks. On Friday, the Samyukt Kisan Morcha, an umbrella body of over 40 farmer unions, wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi urging him to resume talks. Now moving over to Ritika for the editorial.
We are getting a breaking news from Belarus. where a Belarus jet forces Ryanair plane to land in Minsk. A Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko scrambled a jet fighter to force a Ryanair commercial aircraft to land in Minsk, where a Belarusian journalist and opposition activist was detained. The Sunday incident sparked an international outcry and raised questions over the legality of the plane's grounding. The aircraft was flying from Athens to Vilnius, Lithuania, when it was diverted to land in the Belarusian capital. A spokesperson from Ryanair said the flight's crew were notified by Belarus Air Traffic Control of a potential security threat on board and were instructed to divert to the nearest airport, which was Minsk. A statement on Mr. Lukashenko's official Telegram messenger app said Belarusian authorities received information that a passenger plane over the country's airspace possibly had explosives on board, and Mr. Lukashenko ordered a MiG-29 jet fighter to escort the aircraft to land in Minsk. More updates to follow. Now let's continue with Ritika for the editorial.
Thank you so much, Arush, for the breaking news. The editorial. Black fungus is infecting many of India's COVID-19 patients. As India continues to battle against a devastating second wave of COVID-19, a rare fungal infection called mucormycosis is on the rise among recovering and recovered but vulnerable COVID-19 patients in India. Black fungus, a potentially fatal infection, starts in the nose and spreads to the eyes and then the brain. COVID patients are particularly susceptible not only because the virus affects their immune system but also treatment drugs can suppress their immune response. Public health experts are blaming the indiscriminate use of steroids to treat COVID-19 as the likely cause. Steroids reduce inflammation in the lungs, but overuse of these drugs in COVID-19 patients can result in lowered immunity and raised blood sugar levels. These conditions leave some patients, particularly those with uncontrolled diabetes, susceptible to such infections. Due to these factors, COVID-19 patients face a renewed risk of failing the battle against attacks mounted by organisms such as mucormycetes, said the ministry, referring to the fungi that cause mucormycosis. Around 8,848 active cases of black fungus has been found across the country, while 4,194 patients have died. As the patients increase, the crisis of antifungal drugs, including amphotericin B injections, started decreasing rapidly spreading black fungus among corona second wave has also been declared an epidemic in many states like Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Chandigarh, Rajasthan, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. Addressing doctors and frontline workers of Varanasi through a video conferencing, the PM said, black fungus has emerged as a new challenge and all precautions should be taken to deal with the situation. On Thursday, the central government had directed the state and the union territories to declare mucormycosis a notifiable disease under the Epidemic Disaster Act. Thank you. Now moving on to Aman for the op-ed.
Thank you, Ritika. Well, I guess we are going to leave the real life Goa gone scene in our world now. Anyways, over to op-ed. Living is not living in sin. Declining protection to two runaway couples seeking protection of life and liberty in separate petitions. The Punjab and Haryana High Court held that approval of a live-in relation is morally and socially not acceptable. The entire fabric of society would get disturbed. If such protection is granted, the moot question is, can the benefit of protection of life and personal liberty be declined on morality? With respect, no, not under the Article 21 of the Constitution. The preamble ordains justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. It cannot be taken away. In D.K. Basu, 1996, the Supreme Court held the citizen complaining of infringement of the indefeasible right under Article 21 of the Constitution cannot be told that the established violation of the fundamental right to life, he cannot get any relief under the public law by the courts exercising writ jurisdiction. In Lata Singh 2006 case, the Supreme Court had observed that a live-in relation between two consenting adults of heterogenic sex does not amount to any offense, and a girl who has attained majority is free to marry anyone she likes or live with anyone she likes. The Supreme Court has attempted to accord legality to the concept of live-in relation, protect the rights of couples and children born to them. In a scenario of conferring protection to life and liberty, all persons are entitled to equality of law and equal protection of the laws. The safety, security, and liberty of persons who have not solemnized a marriage cannot be put in peril on social and moral considerations. No approval to a live-in relation is presumed to attribute or attributed by granting protection. Life and liberty cannot be compromised on the anvil of decency. Now over to Vidya for some international updates.
Thank you, Aman. International news. Global solar supply chains are tainted with forced Chinese labor. China's Xinjiang region has evolved over the past 2 decades into a major production hub for many of the companies that supply the world with parts needed to build solar panels. But new research suggests that much of that work could rely on the exploitation of the region's Uyghur population and other ethnic and religious minorities, potentially tainting a significant portion of the global supply chain for renewable energy. Source critical to combating the climate crisis. A report published May 21 titled In Broad Daylight, Uyghur Forced labor and global solar supply chains presents evidence of a troubling reality that components for clean energy may be created with dirty coal and forced labor. China dominates the manufacture of solar panels, which are the kind of thing you want to put on the roof of your house if you want to reduce your electric bill, lower your carbon footprint, or simply prep for doomsday. If you have purchased any recently, there's a good chance they came out of a supply chain with a stain of forced labor on it. Now over to Shishti.
Thank you, Vidya. Moving on with more international updates. Japan conducts mock drill to defend remote islands from China. Japan's self-defense forces conducted live fire drill to defend remote islands on Saturday, in a scenario to prevent Chinese troops from landing on these territories. The annual firepower exercise at East Fuji Training Area in Shizuoka Prefecture comes as Japan has been increasingly been vigilant over China's maritime assertiveness in the East China Sea, where Beijing claims the Japanese-administered Senkaku Islands. The two-hour drill mobilized some 3,100 troops, 45 tanks, and armored vehicles, along with 54 pieces of artillery using 43 tons of live ammunition worth 780 million yen. Combat helicopters also joined the training. The drill is normally held in late August, but was brought forward due to the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Now, let's hear from Harish for the opening bell.
Today's opening bell, Nifty about 50,200, Sensex up 300 points, SBI top gainer. Following the financial updates of the day, diesel crosses rupees 84 mark in Delhi, petrol nears rupees 100 in Mumbai. Diesel prices in the national capital on Sunday crossed rupees 84 mark, while petrol rate in Mumbai neared rupees 100 a litre after fuel prices were raised again. Petrol price was increased by 17 paise per litre and diesel by 29 paise a litre, according to a price notification of state-owned fuel retailers. The hike, 12th this month, pushed petrol and diesel prices to an all-time high across the country. Thank you. Now let's move on to Arush for the cartoon of the day.
Thank you, Harish, for some really important financial news. Now moving on with the cartoon of the day. Well, crypto's image and situation escalated quite quickly, but it was crypto's value which de-escalated way more quickly. Now with that, moving on to Rebecca for the sports updates for the day.
Thank you, Arush. Now for the sports update for the day. Luis Suarez seals the deal. Atletico Madrid clenches the La Liga title. Luis Suarez scored the winner in the 67th minute as Atletico Madrid won their first La Liga title since 2014 on the final match day of the 2020-21 season. Atletico came from behind to beat Real Valladolid 2-1 on Saturday. Barcelona didn't value me. They underestimated me, and Atletico opened their doors to give me an opportunity. I will always be grateful to this club for trusting in me, a tearful Luis Suarez told television cameras at the end of the match. Second place Real Madrid, who were also in the chance of winning the title if Atletico slipped up, also won against Villarreal with a 92nd minute goal, but it was not enough to win the title as the Madrid neighbours had also fought their way back to 3 points. In what was a nerve-wracking final day of action, Oscar Plano gave Valladolid the lead in the 18th minute, but then Angel Correa scored in the equaliser in the 57th minute. Suarez stepped up 10 minutes later and scored the winner. Suarez ended the season with 21 league goals, taking his team to the title, 7 points ahead of his former team Barcelona. Real Madrid looked in trouble for the majority of the game. Villarreal's Yeremy Pino scored the opener in the 20th minute, and it needed Real's last-minute heroics to get the win. Karim Benzema equalized in the 87th minute, and Luka Modric found the winner in the 92nd minute. Moving on to Muskan for further updates.
Thank you, Rebecca. India's Olympic medalist Sushil Kumar arrested in murder case. Two-time Olympic wrestling medalist Sushil Kumar, wanted in connection with the murder of a former junior national wrestling champion, has been arrested by the Delhi police in the Indian capital, New Delhi. Kumar, who won medals for India in 2012 and 2016, had been on the run since 23-year-old Sagar Dhankar was beaten to death on May 4th at New Delhi's Chhatrasal Stadium. Kumar's lawyer went to court on Tuesday to seek anticipatory bail in the case, but it was refused because of the gravity of the allegations. Dhankar, son of a Delhi police officer, died from his injuries the day after the fight. Another wrestler is under treatment and has identified the alleged attackers, police said. A court on Tuesday rejected a bid by his lawyers to prevent his arrest, and Kumar was presented before a city court on Sunday, the police said. We have recorded statements of all the victims, and they all made allegations against Sushil Kumar. Senior police officer Gurikpal Singh Sidhu told Indian media on Tuesday. Now moving on to Arush for more updates.
Thank you so much, Muskan. And it has been really shocking to see Sushil Kumar being involved in such a case. Now, continuing with the sports news, a rather sad news which shows the massive gap there is between big cricket bowls and small cricket bowls. Glue our shoes back after every series. Zimbabwe cricketer makes shocking revelation, seeks sponsors. Zimbabwe cricketer Ryan Burl took to Twitter to share an image of his worn-out shoes, asking sponsors to lend a helping hand. In his tweet, Burl said that they had to glue their shoes after every series with no sponsors available to fund them. Any chance we can get a sponsor so we don't have to glue our shoes back after every series? Burl tweeted. Soon after the 27-year-old batsman posted the tweet, fans came in numbers to show their support for Zimbabwe cricket. A fan urged India, England, and Australia not to postpone their tours to Zimbabwe, while another one compared the state of affairs in cricket with the Super League in football. Recently, Zimbabwe suffered a whitewash at home to Pakistan in a two-match test series. However, in the shortest format of the game, they managed to defend 119 by bowling out Pakistan for 99 inside 20 overs. Zimbabwe eventually lost the three-match to 2020 series 2-1. In July 2019, the International Cricket Council had suspended Zimbabwe cricket due to political interference in their functioning. This decision saw the funding from ICC to Zimbabwe cricket being frozen. The suspension was later lifted in October 2019. And with that, we move to Agastya for some science and technology updates.
Thank you, Arush, for that truly heartbreaking news. I mean, having your own shoes just to play cricket, it's hard to catch on. Anyway, moving on to the science and technology news. China's first Mars rover steps out to explore the red planet. China's first Mars rover on Saturday drove down from its landing platform to the Martian surface to start exploring the surface of the red planet. The six-wheeled solar-powered rover, named Zhorong after the Japanese god of fire, resembling a blue butterfly and with a mass of 240 kilograms, slowly trundled down a ramp on the lander to hit the red sandy soil of the Mars, starting its journey to explore the fourth planet from the Sun, the China National Space Administration said. China's Tianwen-1 mission, consisting of an orbiter, a lander, and a rover, was launched on July 23, 2020. The lander carrying the rover touched down on the southern part of Utopia Planitia, a vast plain on the northern hemisphere of Mars on May 15th. With an expected lifespan of at least 90 Martian days, about 3 months on Earth, Zhurong will record the Martian landscape with high-resolution three-dimensional images, analyze the Martian composition of the planet's surface, detect its subsurface structure and magnetic field, search for traces of water, ice, and observe the surrounding meteorological environment, state-run Xinhua news agency reported. Now, moving on to Akanksha for some entertainment news.
Thank you, Agastya. The Family Man 2 demand to ban Samantha's spy thriller goes louder. Netizens on Twitter have demanded a ban on the show Family Man 2 over its alleged deception of Tamil Nadu and Ilam community in a negative light. Protests have erupted in Tamil Nadu demanding a ban on Samantha's debut Hindi web series The Family Man 2, which is accused of misrepresenting the Ilam Tamil community in Sri Lanka and LTTE organization. The hit Hindi web series The Family Man starring Manoj Bajpayee will see the protagonist return as Shrikant Tiwari in the sequel, along with Priyamani and Samantha in pivotal roles, is directed by Raj and DK. It is expected to be released on Amazon Prime soon. The show's trailer, which was released recently, shows Samantha as Sri Lankan woman who essays the role of an LTTE member and someone who links with Pakistan and other terrorist outfits. Certain visuals from the trailers have raised grave concern among the show's fans in Tamil Nadu, who are anguished over the portrayal of Tamil Ilam community as terrorists. The day the trailer was released, there were protests on Twitter against the web series. A hashtag Family Man 2 against Tamil was also trending on social media that urged Amazon not to broadcast the series. Notably, there is opposition not only to the web series but also against Samantha, who starred in the series. Some have raised banners against the actor for allegedly insulting Tamil people and Tamil identity. Thank you. Now, over to Ritika.
Thank you so much, Akansha, for the entertainment news. तो अब आइए हम लोग आपको ले चलते हैं एक रोमांचक डिबेट की तरफ। शायद ही इतिहास में ऐसे सुनहरे पल आपको कभी देखने को मिले हों। तो पहले मैं आपको अपने अतिथियों से परिचय करा देती हूँ। तो हमारे साथ है हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी, विपक्ष के नेता राहुल गांधी, सीएम ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल ममता बनर्जी और दिल्ली के चीफ मिनिस्टर अरविंद केजरीवाल। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारे इस शो में। तो मेरा पहला प्रश्न हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी से है कि कोविड के हालातों को मद्देनजर रखते हुए आपने क्या कदम उठाए? कोविड के हालातों को देखते हुए आपने जनता के हित में क्या किया?
भाइयों बहनों नमस्कार। मैं आप लोगों को सबसे पहले मेरा विनम्र नमस्कार। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप सभी देशवासी अपने अपने घर में सुरक्षित होंगे, महफूज होंगे और इस महामारी के दौरान सभी हमारे फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर्स का हौसला बुलंद करते नजर आए। मैं अब यहाँ पर, जैसा कि इन्होंने रिपोर्टर ने यहाँ पर मुझसे पूछा है, पूछते ही रहते हैं ये लोग, तो क्या करें, इन्होंने भी तो अपना घर चलाना है। मैं यहाँ पर बताना चाहूंगा कि हमने महामारी के दौरान इतना काम कर दिखाया है जो कांग्रेस सरकार पिछले 70 सालों में ना कर पाई। हमने हमारी इस महामारी में विश्व का हमारे पास सबसे अच्छा हेल्थ स्ट्रक्चर होने के बावजूद जब अब यहाँ पे हम फेल होते नजर आ रहे हैं, अब यहाँ पर केवल और केवल श्री राम ही हमारी रक्षा कर सकते हैं। जय श्री राम।
जी, वैसे मैंने आपसे कुछ और पूछा था, लेकिन चलिए राहुल गांधी जी से उनकी इस विषय पर राय मांगते हैं।
देखिए, मैं तो फरवरी 2020 से बोलता आ रहा हूं कि ये महामारी इस देश के लिए नुकसानदायक हो सकती है। मैंने केरल में कार्ट व्हीलिंग करते हुए, पुशअप मारते हुए भी यही बोला था, पर पुशअप करते हुए मजा तो आया था। पर हाँ, मेरा सवाल अभी मोदी जी से ये है कि वो मेरे जवाबों का सवाल दीजिए।
अरे कोई सज्जन को बताएं कि जवाब का सवाल होता है, सवाल का जवाब नहीं होता। मोदी जी, मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूंगा।
सुनिए सुनिए सुनिए, देखिए आप ये मत करिए, आप ये मत करिए, आप हमेशा छोटे छोटे मुद्दों को पकड़ लेते हैं और असली मुद्दों को कवर ही नहीं करते। वो आलू डालूंगा सोना निकालूंगा भी आपने ही बोला था, वो फिर अब मेरे पल्ले पड़ चुका है, अब मुझे लोग ट्रोल करते हैं। आप मुझे ये बताइए कि आपने कोरोना को कंट्रोल करने के लिए किया ही क्या है आज तक? दीजिए जवाब इसका आप।
जी
अगर
मोदी जी
ममता
का
जी
जवाब।
को अगर ममता जी को चलिए ममता जी को देख लीजिए आप, वो तो अकेले पूरा बंगाल संभाल रही हैं। वो ना किसी से कुछ पूछती हैं, ना किसी से कोई जवाब लेती हैं, वो खुद अपना ही सारा काम करती रहती हैं।
बोल बोल कुछ भी सकते हैं, बोलने दो। उनकी बात है, उनको बोलना है, उनको बोलने दो। छोटा बच्चा है ना, थोड़ा बोलना चाहता है तो बोलने दो, जरूरी तो नहीं उस पर भी जवाब दूं।
और फिर ये मोदी जी, आप ये बताइए कि आपको रात के 8 बजे होता क्या है? हाँ, मतलब आपका आपका आपको मन करता है रात के 8 बजे कि चलो यार 500 के नोट अच्छे नहीं लग रहे, 1000 के नोट अच्छे नहीं लग रहे, बैन कर देते हैं। क्यों?
अब यहाँ पर इनका तो ऑपोजिशन का तो काम ही यही है कि हम पर कीचड़ उछालते रहे, खुद तो अपनी कुर्सी संभाल ना पाए। चलिए, अब आपके इस सवाल का भी जवाब मैं दे ही देता हूँ, पर मैंने पहले भी ये स्टेटमेंट में दिया था, पर वैसे मैं आपको इस सवाल का जवाब देना जरूरी नहीं समझता। देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों से ऐसे लोगों की मिलावट करने की खबर आ रही है जो पहले कांग्रेस से बाहर निकले, और इस मिलावट में एंट्री का एक ही क्राइटेरिया कि आप मोदी को कितनी गाली दे सके, जितनी गाली आप दे सकेंगे उतना आपके लिए अच्छा है, उतनी ही बढ़िया आपको पोजीशन मिलेगी। मैं आपको बता दूं, ये कार है, सरकार नहीं कि आप भी चला लेंगे।
आप मेरी पार्टी को बीच में क्यों ला रहे हो? डेमोक्रेसी हमारे भरोसे चलती है, हम आम जनता के लिए हैं, हम चलाएंगे दिल्ली को। अब मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ मोदी जी, ये बताइए, जब दिल्ली को 80 लाख वैक्सीन की जरूरत थी और हमारे पास 16 लाख पहुंचे, तो आपने क्यों कुछ नहीं कहा? क्या गलती थी दिल्ली की? क्या आपकी मेरे से इतनी परेशानी थी कि आपने दिल्ली की जनता को सूली पे चढ़ाया? हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री देश बेचने, मेरा मतलब देश बचाने के से पहले वैक्सीन मैत्री निभाएंगे।
ठीक है, बहुत बहस हो गई। कब से ममता जी शांत बैठी हैं, तो ममता जी अभी अभी आपकी पार्टी बहुमत से जीती है, तो आपका क्या विचार है? आप अपनी खुशी जाहिर करिए।
हमें तो इतनी खुशी हुआ, इतना खुशी हुआ कि हम अपनी व्हील चेयर से ही उठ गया। मैं तो मोदी जी को धन्यवाद बोलना चाहता हूँ।
दीदी,
मैं
ओ दीदी,
हम तो बस तब से ही खुश हैं जब से खेला हो गया। मोदी ओ मोदी, खेला होवे, किधर गया आपकी बार 200 पार, कुछ भी कर लो आएगी तो दीदी ही।
वाह, क्या सीन है।
अच्छा, हम लोग मुद्दे से भटक रहे हैं। मेरा प्रश्न ये था कि कोविड के हालातों को देखते हुए आप लोगों की क्या राय है? आप लोग अपने देश के लोगों को, अपने राज्य के लोगों को कैसे कैसे हैंडल करेंगे? लेकिन आप लोग हमेशा की तरह इस बार भी मुद्दे से भटक गए। तो इस बार मैं एकदम सीरियस होकर के पूछती हूँ, सब पार्टी के नेताओं से पूछती हूँ कि आप कोविड को कैसे हैंडल करेंगे और अपनी राज्य को और अपने देश के लोगों को कैसे बचाएंगे? तो सबसे पहले मोदी जी, मैं आपके पास आती हूँ, आप कैसे हैंडल करेंगे सिचुएशन को?
मैंने जो आपको समय दिया था वो जरा पूरा हो गया है, अब मैं चलता हूँ।
आपने बोला था आप इस मीटिंग के लिए समय निकाल करके रहेंगे।
मीटिंग समय खत्म हो गया है। सभी भाइयों और बहनों को मेरा विनम्र नमस्कार। जय हिंद।
आप ऐसे जा नहीं सकते हैं। ठीक है, मैं राहुल गांधी जी से पूछना चाहूंगी, आपके क्या विचार हैं इस पर?
आपको आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
बिल्कुल क्लियर आ रही है।
अच्छा आ रही है। नहीं नहीं नहीं, मुझे नहीं आ रही है, मुझे नहीं आ रही है।
मुझे आ रही है। राहुल गांधी भी चले गए। ममता बनर्जी, आप बताइए, आप तो अभी बहुमत से जीती हैं। आप बताइए, आप कैसे लोगों को हैंडल करेंगी?
बम बम हम बम।
अब केजरीवाल है, मेरी आपसे सर बहुत उम्मीदें हैं। आप मुझे बताइए, आप कैसे हैंडल करेंगे दिल्ली की जनता को? आपने तो बोला कि आपसे डेमोक्रेसी है।
देखिए, मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब देना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन मुझे अभी मनीष जी का कॉल आ गया है और हम लोग अभी बाहर मतलब मीटिंग में जा रहे हैं, तो माफ करिएगा।
आप ऐसे जा नहीं सकते। हमारे सारे अतिथि यहाँ से चले गए हैं, तो देखा ये है हमारी देश की पॉलिटिक्स। जब सवाल जनता का आता है तो पॉलिटिशियंस अपनी पॉलिटिक्स खेल करके चले जाते हैं, और उसमें फंसता कौन है? मेरे और आपके जैसे आम इंसान। थैंक यू। सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडेज बुलेटिन।